Best pups ever.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another subreddit reading. Today, we're going to be looking at BrandNewSentence, which is a subreddit basically saying, like, or where people say things that no one's ever seen or heard before. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts. It says emotional support friend on it, and it's a picture of Bluey. I absolutely adore Bluey. She is adorable. The number one reason why Bluey is my favorite is because she is just like an amazing role model, bigger sister to Bingo, and she's becoming a better, a great person. So that's why Bluey is my favorite. Well, let's get into it. Alright, here we go. I took myself on a date. Not the birth control. That's hilarious. Okay, that one's funny as hell. I actually really like that one. I'm gonna do this here. Bluey can be sitting next to me here. I love Bluey. I don't want to give feedback, Reddit. Go away. Alright. Jesus was a psychedelic mushroom. A controversial theory suggests could it perhaps reshape Christianity? No, he wasn't. He was yeast. He is literally bread. He turns wine into water yeast. He was put in a cave for 3 days, and the third day he has risen. Sourdough. The man. Oh my God, that's funny though. That is really funny. Even Bluey thinks it's funny. Okay, that's hilarious. The United States. Okay, I'm gonna read the bottom part. China may be beating us in battles, but the U.S. has twice as many rocks as China. Why not simply use those to store gravitational potential energy by hoisting them high up? The United States has twice as many rocks as China does. That's funny. That's a what? I'm not reading that one. Okay. Can this be a solution? Bro thinks they can just Mad Max a couple of million barrels of crude through the deserts of Oman every day. Okay. When he pulls off the skirt and reveals all those, when she pulls off the skirt and reveals all those lateral scars on her thighs, and I get concussed from all the cartoon cash register sounds going off in my head. Oh, bro's got the horny for the uh, self harm. I don't know if that's for self harm. I don't think I'm talking about self harm or stretch marks. Either or is pretty bad. Stop sending money on Claude Code. Chipotle's support bot is free. I don't want. I'm not gonna read that one. I hate all the Gen. I hate that Gen Z fell for vapes. We were supposed to be the generation that stopped smoking, and y'all folded for flash drives with a flavor. That's kind of true though. I like that one's funny. Okay. Oh, it's a fucking ad. I'm like, what is that one? All for those of y'all keep score at home. Yes, Zendaya is promoting 4 whole films from 4 different studios this year. That's a lot of hot wings, puppies, karaoke, and trivia for one person. That doesn't make any sense. That one doesn't really make sense. A lot of hot wings, puppies, karaoke. Oh, I get. I guess it's more like the American space. The American third space is the car. What is? I don't know what the American third space is. They censored Hitler's swastika Sure, literally unwatchable. I don't. That one's not really that great. I don't know why it has sex garden to break taboos at Chelsea Flower. Wait, Chelsea. Oh, it's in the UK. Okay, I'm like Chelsea because it's a Chelsea, Michigan. For those of you who don't know, Chelsea is the where the Jiffy Mix started, and that's where actor Jeff Daniels is from. Jeff Daniels is known for Dumb and Dumber and a couple of other shows. I don't really like him that much, but he's. I mean, I get. I didn't like Dumb and Dumber. I don't like Jeff Daniels very much. He is kind of funny to me, but take a bite out of our new product. They legally cannot call it a burger. Wait, what? They legally cannot call it a burger? I don't know what that means. Please do not eat in the library. The ants will get in and learn to read and get too smart, and knowledge is power. But power corrupts, so they'll turn evil and take over the world. Oh my god. That's actually two sentences. So, well, I mean that one, okay. Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants. My daughter waited 6 months for this appointment. They gave her laughing gas, and she refused to stop singing Shakira. They had to stop the procedure. This is what one. This is two sentences, but that one, I don't. Okay, I'm convinced Daniel Radcliffe could fit inside Megan Thee Stallion like Iron Man armor. What? Okay, why would you say that though? It's dumb. 1 year ago today, the brothers kissed for the first time on White Lotus. The brothers kissed. Sweet Home Alabama. I canceled my HBO subscription. I canceled my subscription to HBO Max that very same night. God intended incest to be between one man and one woman. And not two brothers. It was Cain and Awan, not Cain and Stefan. That is fucking hilarious. That is funny as hell. Hey! Detroit. WXYZ 7 News, Detroit. Check that out. A Florida woman. It's weird because they're talking about Florida and they're from Detroit. Like, okay. A Florida woman has been accused of entering the penguin enclosure to teach them to tap dance using a live alligator as her partner. That's just Florida. You can't go to Florida without mentioning alligators. Jacksonville, Florida Police Department stated she was also dressed as a pineapple. What the At no point did I know what the next word would be. Yeah, Florida comes up with a new word every day, didn't you know? Even McDonald's, okay, hotels, it's time to relax, a place to relax, unwind. All hotels, we stopped serving breakfast at sunrise. No, I mean, no, what does it say? Even McDonald's serves their guys up bacon meat until 11. No. I've never been to a hotel where they stop serving breakfast early. Every hotel I've been to, it would be, every hotel I've been to, their breakfast either is done at 11, 10 or 11. So, Gabriella Mora, plus size Victoria's Secret angel. Need to lose some weight so I can be plus. Okay, that just broke my computer. No, I'm kidding. I can't read that one. That's too small for me to read. I'm gonna go to the next post. Naomi Watts said she won't get plastic surgery. Tolerate my jowls. Okay. I guess that's one way to put it. Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish by the pond. Tell him he can't have the fish for you, or tell him he can't have the fish, but he can fish for you, and you sell him the fish and give them a very small cut, and he'll say stuff like, I'm hungry and my teeth hurt. Nobody wants to fish these days. That is hilarious. It's kind of accurate, though, too, with jobs and shit. Like, Cinnabon has cut ties with The Bachelorette and The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives following domestic violence allegations involving reality star Taylor Frankie. Paul and her ex-husband Dakota Morrison. Cinnabon has made the decision to terminate the collaboration with. Cinnabon has cut ties with the guys with the. I didn't even know they had a partnership. I mean, I don't watch The Bachelorette or anything, but while baking spam, I ended up a traitor. Is that? Oh, man. What flag? I know that's a flag of some country, but I can't tell what it is, because, like, yeah. If Tokyo Dome was an ice cream sandwich, I'd eat it. The Japanese are years ahead of us in ice cream sandwich technology. I mean, China is ahead of everybody. Like, I mean, they do bad shit with their technology, though, but it is the sole. Oh, fuck. I hate these. Yo, this is for my Nana. Look, she's 92 and her ears are strictly for decoration at this point. You gotta knock like the feds at the door. I'm talking knock the soul out of that wood. When you think you've knocked enough, do it again, then scream, Mrs. Higgins, the Wendy's is here. At the top of your lungs. Do it a couple of times. I'm gonna try to call her, but she thinks her phone's the calculator. Just get them nuggets in her hands by any means necessary. I'll tip you. If it is my sole purpose to get this woman her food. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so hilarious. Her ears are strictly for decoration. I love the one that says, I love how she thinks her phone is a calculator. That is funny as hell. Dividing. Oh, that's okay. That's wait, no. That is a post. Dividing. Okay, live view of me learning that being a single woman costs $7,000 extra per year. No, it don't. Well, it don't. It does, but it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know how to. That it doesn't cost an extra. I'm not reading that one. I probably won't read that one either because it's too small. I hate these small ass posts. This lesbian couple asked ChatGPT to create a family for them, but the image, it wasn't exactly what they were. Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my god, that is hilarious. ChatGPT. That's why. I don't know if they put like. I don't know what prompt they put, but I've never seen. I don't know. What's this one? Looks like a Victorian era. Yep, Victorian. Fun fact: only male ostriches have black and white feathers. Therefore, she is trans. Male to female Victorian ostrich centaur. Oh my god, that's funny. That is so funny. So basically, they're trans furry. Not really. I don't know. I wouldn't call that a fur. Well, that could be classified as a furry. I don't know. A Florida man has see what I mean about Florida? A Florida man was arrested after allegedly killing, cooking, and eating two of his own pet peacocks. Pretty privilege is going crazy because no one would give a fuck if they were oh my god, that's funny. Well, aren't peacocks kind of extinct? My cousin has two deaf partners, and oh, I thought this was partners. My cousin has two deaf parents and just posted, "You don't know the struggle until you run out of toilet paper and everyone in your house is deaf." That's funny. I kind of get that one. That's kind of sad, but also, oh my god, John Jones. I don't. Okay, okay. It's literally laying here next to her, laughing. I'm literally. You're hysterically. You guys are bored. I don't know what that one's about. Why some birds seem to be developing a cigarette habit. I seen this one. There was this bird. It was probably CGI, but there was this one where this bird stole a cigarette out of a guy's hand. All right, that was my mom. Cigarette. Why some birds seem to be developing a cigarette habit. That's hilarious. That's a ad. Okay, he got to be charged again in civilian court. Bro's doing life. I don't think the military has double jeopardy where a person can be punished twice for the same charge. They can charge you in a series. It's called the Duval Sovereignly Doctrine. His parole officer probably isn't born yet. That's fucking funny. Nope, I'm not reading that one. That one I'll read. I think grunglers are specifically by. What the fuck's a grungler? I'll have to look that up. Grungler. What's a grungler? Never heard of that. Grungler. What is a grungler? A grungler is a bisexual male who most commonly hangs out with transsexual and or gender people online. I have never heard of that term. Primarily used on Discord. Okay, that's why I've never heard of it, because I've never used Discord. That's a funny name. I don't know what a squimbo is either. Shit, I'll have to look that up too. Come on. Stupid thing. Squim? Is it squim? Yes, squim. Squimbo. No, I did not mean swim, bro. Oh, I spelled it wrong. That's why. No? Stupid thing. Hit the iPhone keyboard. A genderless term for himbo or bimbo. Okay. Bloody. You learn something new every day. Just like that meme. Fix that here. There we go. Don't look bluey. Alright. Hey, me and the other crabs in the bucket just noticed that you're actually getting near the top. And like, sorry, but that's low-key problematic. I'm gonna read it in an accent. Hey. Me and the other crabs in the bucket have noticed that you're actually getting near the top. And like, sorry, but that's low-key problematic. Because like, we'll still be in the bucket. So yeah, if you could maybe take accountability and get back in the bucket. Dear God. So dumb. It sounds like a privilege. Okay, what does this one say? I don't know who that is. Actually, is that? No, I don't think that's who that is. Ah, yeah, my favorite television show is always Jihad and Arrakis. What? What? I know it's supposed to be It's Always Sunny. I think it's supposed to be It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This is a funny ass show, though. I've seen it a few times. Wait, what? Tell me more about the mother in vinegar? I don't know what that one means. This isn't a croissant. It is a chocolate. Oh. Ugh, try it again. This isn't a chocolate croissant. It is a chocolate Wellington. When I buy a chocolate croissant, this is how much chocolate I expect to be inside. That's a lot of fucking chocolate, though. Nope, I ain't reading that one. It's too long. Respectfully, this is not detoxing from sugar, as realizing that you had a snacking stimulation shopping habit. Your body still uses glucose either way. Congrats on better spending habits, but metabolism did not clock out. So you could become spiritually superior. The metabolism doesn't. That's fucking hilarious. Nope. Got to talk to Barnes and Noble. Got to talk to a Barnes and Noble employee with a tail clipped onto their jeans about Yahweh, and I felt like talking about the moon with. I know Yahweh. I think is gay relationships in anime or manga or something. I don't know if it's specifically a Japanese thing, but it's like I think it means gay in Japanese or something like that. I don't know. It reminds me of that fucking South Park episode where it was Butters and Tweak, I think, that people kept drawing fan art of them together, and I thought it was kind of funny. Like, it was wholesome. It was kind of wholesome, though. But it was pretty wholesome. If Thanos' snap killed 50% of all life, that means that the survivors would have lost 50% of their gut biomes in an instant and spent the next few months power blasting their bathrooms with diarrhea. In this essay, oh my god, don't go on. No, I don't want to know more. What kind of name is Kamau? Very bad llama. That's a funny handle. Newborn crying causing cat homosexuality. What the fuck? How does that cause your cats to be homosexual? That doesn't make any sense. Coffee is just fucking bean soup. You drain the beans out of. Stop overthinking and I'll just post it. That's hilarious. It's always been halal, Helen. Oh, what is this? Toblerone used to be one of my favorites, but now you have succumbed to making it halal. I will never buy it again. It's always been halal, Helen. You've been eating halal all this time. Melting chocolate slabs of halal. I'm not reading that part. As each piece snaps from one to the next, the sweetness of sharia running. Okay. By the way, halal means it's safe to eat in the Muslim religion, I believe. Just like how the Jewish culture has kosher. What is this one? They removed the rainbow from this edition of a Chick-fil-A. They did. I ain't reading that though. Damn it. What does this say? First look at Robert Pattinson as Skytail in Doom Part 3. This looks like a composite image of everyone I ever sold Mountain Dew to when I worked at a gas station. I don't know what the fuck that thing in his nose is, but yeah, I can see it. I've already seen that one. I guess they're gonna start repeating. Feels like you're gonna have one of those fun days where we refer to numerically, real soon. I don't know what that one's supposed to mean. I've seen that one already. I survived the surgery and I can still remember what happened in that escape room. 5 years ago, I shot myself in an escape room. This is my brother's favorite story. Today, he had frontal lobe surgery where there was potential for memory loss. Oh my god. Yeah, sounds like your brother's not going to ever forget that. Fixed case of non-binary cat with dwarfism would crash the game playing in Brazilian Portuguese. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, I'm going to read this one. It's about Ted. Seth MacFarlane says there's enough story to have Ted run for 20 seasons. The only thing is that hinders us is the expense. To create the bear is a lot of money. What is this? If we instituted a one-time TED tax of $5 for every American, roughly $250 million, or roughly 250 million people, we would have enough money for. They did the math. They did the math. That's another one of my favorite subreddits. They did the math. What does this say? It's fascinating to watch the youth reinvent LOL cats from base principles. Can I have cheeseburger? Cheeseburger. That one's. I love the little kitty there. She's so cute. It's so tiny. Okay. That's adorable. I'm gonna do one more. Then I switched. Okay. Me with Elden Ring. I couldn't get into 3 tries in. Then I switched my gender to woman, and it started with nothing but a club. One of the best games I've ever played. All right. Well, that'll be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.